News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. We have another F-15E fighter squadron being rushed to Israel as Iran may attack Israel shortly. They have vowed to do that in wake of their attack on Iran, which would be the most foolish thing in the world because you know why? Because Iran has no air defense systems anymore. Israel took them out. They literally have no way of stopping any Israeli attack, whether it be from air, by their airplanes, including the powerful F-35s that we gave them to or sold them to, which is great. They're some of the best, most modern fighter jets that we have available to us. So if they do this, it's a wider war. And this is the result of Kamala Biden and the fucklessness. And Iran's going to get their licks in now because Trump will bring them to their knees, put the genital cuffs on them, and pound them into the sand back to the Stone Age. And not the people, the great people of Iran, but the regime. And he's going to do that. The moment he gets in with this powerful red wave mandate, better than anybody's wildest dreams, including control of the Senate and most likely the House, he is going to put the restraints back on them. He's going to put the maximum sanctions on them. But this is it. They might launch projectiles, drones, ballistic missiles from Iraq, attacking from Iraq. See, that's the problem. That's why they're going to do it from Iraq, because they have no air defense systems in Iran. But they're going to have to, Israel's going to have to attack Iran directly to finish this off. And I think they're going to have to hit their nuclear facilities. And with Donald J. Trump said it. And he was just given a massive mandate. There's no equivocation on that. And he was just given a massive mandate. And he said when he was asked before he won the presidency, thank God, he was asked, if Israel wants to take out their nuclear program, are you okay with that? He said, why wouldn't I? And he's also said, yes, I'm going to end the war. The Muslim vote, he won the Muslim vote in Dearborn, Michigan. Can you believe that? He won the Muslim vote. You know why? Because they know that these feckless idiots, these feckless fools in the White House, including Kamala, who would have been president, that they would have more and more war, because fecklessness in the Middle East gets you more war. Donald Trump's cojones gets you the end of war. And that's who he is. So we are I think we're going to see the possibility. We're at a greater chance of wider war now to hurry up and get this in. Israel knows that it only had, this is the beautiful thing, guys. Israel knows that they only have, well, I got to do the math here, but 2 months and a week or so, 2 months and 2 weeks to make it. And that Joe Biden can only do so much harm, and that he is pathetically weak. He is weaker than he's ever been at any point in his career. He's about as weak as he was when he got kicked out of the race for president because of his plagiarism. I mean, the guy's a joke. Everybody knows it. So I don't even take it upon, I don't even know if Israel's going to hold the restraints anymore, because they know that DJT's got them. So we're going to see how this plays out, but it could break out into a wider war. There's also several B-52s. We have the THAAD system, missile system. There's only 8 of them in the world, and one of them is in Israel right now still. We have tanker aircrafts. We have Navy destroyers. And I want to ask you a few questions here. And I can't wait to tell you what I believe Trump's going to do once he takes over with the wars all over the country. But do you blame Joe Biden and Kamala for the Middle East war and the escalation we're seeing? Do you want to force spending in the Ukraine war, too? Trump is going to end it. I'm going to give you details on how I believe he's going to end it and what the Daily Mail says and what all the different things he's going to do, whether it be in Ukraine, with China, North Korea and such. And I can't wait to get into that with you in a moment. I'll tell you all my thoughts. But do you blame Kamala and Joe for the Middle East war and escalations? Do you want to force spending for the Ukraine war on Trump? Did you know that Joe Biden's trying to do that right now? He and Kamala are trying to lock in a deal with the UN or with NATO we are locked into a contract where we have to fund the Ukrainian war even when Trump gets in office. This is completely disgusting, and it's an undermining of the will of the American people. So do you want to force spending for the Ukraine war on Trump? Do you blame Kamala and Joe for the Middle East war and escalation? What do you think will happen in the Middle East and Ukraine, those two wars, with President Trump taking over? And what would you like to see with Iran, with Gaza, with Israel? Do you want that two-state solution, which is a disgusting disgrace? What would you like to see happen with Ukraine as well, and Russia and China? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Lines wide open. We got time to pop you on right now. Chime in right now, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. So here's the deal. I don't know what's going to happen between now and when Trump takes over, but Trump's going to let Israel hit him freaking really hard because he wants to let them finish the job, something that Joe Biden and Kamala would never do. What they do is they drag out endless wars because they have no, excuse my language, balls. They drag out endless wars. They cause wars. That's why Russia invaded. That's why there's been war in Ukraine for almost 3 years. Wasting money, wasting our treasure. We even have like 100 soldiers in Ukraine right now, helping them, in Israel. And I believe in Ukraine, helping them with missile systems or defense systems. The money, the arms, we can't even restock our own supply. So the way to do it is hit them really freaking hard and get out. That's it. And I really think that what Trump's going to do with Israel is say, unleash the hounds, take them out, but make it quick. Take them all out. You know what Hamas did today? Hamas gave a new, hello, oh, Trump, oh, we are you, congratulations. They literally said, oh, hello, oh, Mr. President, oh, yes, oh, hey, Mr. President, we are demanding now with you, and they literally say, oh, they're saying it indirectly. They're literally saying this, though, a little bit in a more diplomatic way, but say, oh, the Muslim vote, those are for us. You said you would stop the war, Mr. President. Oh, you need to support a two-state solution. We want to have a ceasefire now, Mr. President. Lord Barr? Yes, go blow him up. Mr. President, are you there? Yes. Oh, hello. So our Muslim brothers, they vote you in. Now you're going to stop this now. So they're demanding a ceasefire, these idiots. Trump's going to say, and he's already said it to Bibi. Bibi was the first person to congratulate him. I love Bibi. I love our brothers and sisters in Israel. There was a bunch of different people, men on the street interviews today from Fox News, and they're all like glowing for him, except for one crazy leftist. But that you're going to find that in Israel too. There's a lot of crazy leftists in Israel, but a lot of smart people in Israel, and they're all very happy. 60% of the Israelis polled said they want Trump to win, and 17%, or what I think it was, said no, they don't want him. The Jews know who their ally is, and it's us, and it's President Trump. Now. So Hamas literally wants a ceasefire now, and they literally are saying that they're saying the Muslim vote got you hired, and therefore you need to end this. They congratulate him. They literally congratulate him. You know what though? Trump's going to tell Israel, he already has, beat the living bleep out of them. Finish off Hamas. Finish off Hezbollah in Lebanon. And we're going to take care of Iran, and we're going to take care of the Houthis. And if you need to finish off Iran's nuclear program, please do it for us. We have your back. We're just not going to, we're going to help you in a lot of ways, but your fingerprints are going to be out, not ours, because that's how it's got to be, right? And Trump's telling them, my belief is he's telling them to hit the hell out of them, crush them, ruin them, end them, but do it fast. And Trump's going to end the Houthis. Joe Biden literally released the sanctions on the Houthis, took them off the terror list, and they literally have made our Navy to this very moment, according to the admiral in charge of the Navy in that part of the world, literally said that our Navy hasn't seen this level of combat since World War II right now, because Joe Biden has no cojones. He is feckless, and he draws out war because he's a bleep. You know the word I'm thinking of, as far as a wimp. And so Trump is going to finish it fast and pound hard, and then it'll be over. And I think even the Muslim population knows that he's going to pound hard and the bad guys, and then move on, so the people that they care about will be able to live in peace and not die. and strength brings peace. And Trump has more Hispanics than Ronald Reagan ever got. Trump has more Hispanics than George W. Bush ever got in Texas and in this United States. You have no idea how many Hispanics. This country loves Trump. This country wants Trump. This country wants its freaking wallet back. This country wants its kids free from men with their genitals hanging out, beating the hell out of their girls on the field, stealing their trophies, their scholarships, and you have their yaks hanging out in the school changing locker room. They want their lives back. They want their grocery prices back. They want their cars back. They want their oil, or as some Texans call it, oil. They want their oil back. And they want it pumping and flowing. They want freedom from the terrorists. They want the terrorists dead. They do not want a two-state solution with terrorists. They want to love their country again. And this is a mandate. Ukraine? I'll tell you what he's going to do in Ukraine next. But what do you want to see happen with Iran, Israel, Gaza, and Ukraine, and Russia? And Jericho in North Richmond Hills, we're going to take your call next. Plus, I will tell you his plans, what I believe they are. And there's a report of what his plans are for the Ukraine war coming out today from the Daily Mail. But I'll share all that with you coming up next. Plus your call. We have 4 lines open, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. That's all coming up at 8:17 on WBAP. In the Daily Mail reporting, he plans on an 800-mile buffer zone for Ukraine, and that's how he's going to end the war. But that doesn't mean it's going to be the plan. He talked to Zelensky today. You know what he told him? Mr. Trump, I know I flew to Michigan and did appearance on your dime in the country and told everybody to vote for Kamala and that you're a dangerous disaster. But now you can hump my leg, no? Come hump my leg. Yeah, come on, hump my leg. Hey, kiss the ring. Come on, bow down to me like everybody. Hey, I want to take another picture on the cover of the magazine. And then you come hump my leg again. Hey, give me $500 million today. Give me $1 billion tomorrow. Give me all your weapon. For you, it's for the liberty. This is for the world. He's Hitler. I thought you were Hitler, but no, it's Putin. You are saving me. Yes, come home, my leg. Come on, no? And Trump said, listen to me, you picked the wrong candidate, you puke. You came into my country, used our dime, and you said to vote for that Kamala woman. You're a disaster. You are my beep now. You're my gimp. Put the mask on and the ball in your mouth. The gag ball, dude. You're out of here. Here's what's going to happen, and if you don't like it, I'm going to tell you what he's going to do. I didn't know about this buffer thing. That may or may not happen. He's going to end this war by saying, you're going to give up a lot of this land that he has, and you're going to like it. I will help you. It's just like this. Here, it's right here. Ready? It's here. It's right here. This is what you get. Here you go. This is what you're going to get. Hold on. You're going to get this. Ready? Hold on. It takes me a second. Come on. I got a lot of stuff going on here.
You'll get nothing and like it.
That's it. You'll get nothing and you'll like it, you bleepity bleep. No. He's going to give him a big fat amount of cash to finish the job. Not to finish the job with the war. Pardon me. He's going to end the war. Zelensky is going to be PO'd. Putin will be happy, but he'll end it in a way that gives something to Zelensky. But he'll also give him a fat amount of money to help him to finish off getting his country back on track. And he'll take care of them with intelligence and stuff like that. But it's over. We are the freaking cord. And it's going to be cut in Trump's way. This man... the one where he's smiling on election night, I don't like that one. I like the one where he's looking at you kind of scowling. I like his picture in jail. That man's coming for your ass. Excuse my language. He's coming for your ass to our enemies. And for you, Zelensky, he's coming for your ass. You picked the wrong candidate. Bend over. Hey, you put on my leg. No, you're going to hump my leg, and you're still going to get the the poop end of the stick. You're going to get poop on a stick, Zelensky. Where were we? Jericho, North Richmond Hills, WBAP. Hello.
Hey, sir. How are you, Chris?
Good,
Thanks
sir.
for taking my call.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was listening to your piece there on Israel and the Hamas war.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit of background. I used to, I was in the first Gulf War, and I was in Israel at one time.
Nice.
During just training. But then I was over in the first Gulf War. I flew Apaches, the attack helicopter.
Thank you. That's incredible, bro. That's amazing what you did. Wow.
We used to train their pilots back in the early 90s when they got, and then I got out and worked at Bell Helicopter as a flight instructor.
Good
and
for
trained
you.
a lot of their pilots.
Good for you. You deserve every coin you make and every good benefit you make. Good for you. Go ahead.
I was just going to tell you, a few months ago, it's been probably 6-7 months ago, I saw an interview with Benjamin Netanyahu, and he said straight up, he told the American people, he said, listen, America, all we want is for you to supply us with the weapons. Not one single American soldier has to die. We will do the job. You just give us
there you go.
The weapons we need, the tools we need.
And the clearance. Let us go. Leave us alone, right?
We will do it. Not one American soldier has to die. And to me, if we don't lose one American life, that's enough to get the job done. Give them what they need, and let's finish this off.
Yes, so, amen. I love that.
I just want to give you my point of view here, but I enjoy listening to you. I appreciate you.
It means everything to me that an Apache freaking pilot listens to me. That's so badass. Where did you? What do you have to be able to do to be the one that gets the Apache? Like how? What quick 5 or 6 qualifications enable you that are like, if you can't do this, this, and this, you ain't getting in?
No, I had a college degree before I went in, so that helped me. But I was a warrant officer. I went to Austin Peay State University.
Austin, I got a dear relative who's very super close to my family that is a warrant officer. Go ahead.
And then I did really good on the FAST test. At that time, it's called the Flight Aptitude Selection Test. So that really helped me out. I had some good letters. I had a letter from Jim Wright, the old Speaker of the House. So, I did okay. And then I was selected. Then I just lucked out. I graduated #1 in my flight school class.
Oh, my gosh.
They offered me Apache. A year out of flight school. I was going to war. I was like, whoa.
You're like Chris Kyle. Like, it's not dumb luck. I don't believe in luck, but it's like you just happened to literally be the perfect candidate, and you didn't even know it. Same with him. He had no idea he was an amazing sniper.
It was crazy because I had no idea I'd be going into war right out of flight school. Well, then they crewed me with one of our senior pilots, and he selected me to go on the first mission of the war to be his first seater. So I was co-pilot gunner on Task Force Normandy, the first mission of the war. We took out some radar sites right there between the border of Saudi Arabia and Iraq, and we opened up the air war.
Rat-tat-tat, yeah!
It is
love it, brother.
I just got an email.
You're my hero.
My commander. Mm-hmm. My commander on that mission. You train to do it every day. I mean, that was our job, but I just look at it. But I got an email from my commander. He went all the way up to 4-star general, General Dick Cody, and he went all the way up to 4-star general, and he just upgraded they gave us Air Medals of Valor, and I just got an email like 2 months ago from him saying that they've upgraded him to Distinguished Flying Crosses, which is really good for a pilot. That's kind of like equivalent to a Silver Star.
I know.
So they said they're going to do the award ceremony. Yeah, at the there were several of us on the mission. Man. There were 6 aircraft in each flight, and then 2 pilots per aircraft.
Can I put you on hold? I just want to get your email, and I want to just stay in touch with you. I'm real proud of you. That's amazing. It's really an honor. Okay. Stand by, friend. I just want to just stay in touch with somebody like you. Okay, 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Coming up next in the Chris Crock Show, Axios, Behind the Curtain, the most powerful Republican president of the modern era, DJT, and that's hard for the left to say that. That is coming up next on the Chris Crock Show on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. I'm going to tell you everything I want. We're going to see what you want out of this mandate presidency, all the important things that you want him to fix, and I'll tell you what I want him to fix. All that next on the Chris Crock Show. And yes, I'll still take some of your ideas on Middle East war, Ukraine and China and Russia and North Korea. Coming up next on the Chris Crock Show, 800-288 WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-9227. 800-288-9227. In a moment, we'll get into what you want to see and what I want to see President Trump fixed what the most important things are to us. He has an incredible mandate, honestly, even when the left Axios saying that he's the most powerful Republican president in the modern era. This Trump has taken over, and it's his party, the Republican Party, and he has had sweet success, nothing but massive, unprecedented success. I could not be happier for him. We'll get to that in a moment, what you and I want to see fixed. But first, I've been asking you about what do you want to see happen with President Trump with Ukraine and the war there with Russia? What do you want to think? What would you like to see happen in the Middle East and Ukraine wars with Trump taking over? And what would you like to see with China and with Russia? I'll tell you what, with China, he's going to get our military back into China, our Navy and such, and not bogged down in the Middle East with indecision and fecklessness. He's going to help Israel to end this crap and finish off the people that need to be finished off and do the things that need to be done to Iran. He's going to put the genital cuffs back on Iran, and then he's going to focus on China, and he's going to be the biggest threat to China and not be feckless and owned by bribery Joe Biden and incompetent Kamala Harris. And you know what I forgot to tell you about Ukraine? He's going to tell Russia, and he's going to tell North Korea, actually, because Little Rocket Man loves him. He's going to tell Little Rocket Man, because he'll be like, oh, I'm so happy to receive a call from you, Mr. President. Oh. Anyway, so nice to talk to you, Mr. President. Oh. He's going to tell him, you are going to get your troops out of there in a week. And if you don't, here's what's going to happen. And Little Rocket Man is not going to like what's going to happen. That's what it's going to be. Remember what he did with the mullahs in Afghanistan with the Taliban? He said to the leader of the Taliban, remember that? He goes, here's a picture of your house. You're going to do this, and if you don't, I know where you live. You can figure out what I'm going to do to you. And you know what he did? Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, hola, praise Allah. Yes, sir, of course. Trump. So he'll have them barking like seals for him and clapping like the harp seal idiots that The View has with their audience. And they're, or. The miserable, ugly. You never see the audience much, do you? You know why? There's a reason. They're miserable. They ugly. UGLY. They ain't got no alibi. They ugly. Their mama say they ugly. But they're obedient little harp seals. We got some audio from them. They're getting so. We'll do that later. It's so great. Racist! What's her name? Sonny Hostin. The Hispanics are racist! But they voted more for Trump than they ever have more for Reagan for anybody in the Republican Party ever. Racist! Doesn't she have relatives or is she the one that has her? No, that was Kamala. But I think she also too. Doesn't she have? Remember she did that woke Harvard professor who hate cops that Barack Obama sided with the professor from Harvard, Gates. He does some show now, some woke PBS show, and he does your ancestry. Didn't he do one with her that said to her grandparents or great grandparents or someone owned slaves? I'm a racist! Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I have people laughing when I do these things, so it makes me worse. I'm like a little chimp at the zoo. You make me happy. I get excited. Okay, going back to Ken in Arlington. Ken, WBAP. What's up?
Hey, this stops the invasion from China to Taiwan, right?
Well, yeah, because he's not going to want to do it with Trump. Biden is afraid. Even Biden would do some things possibly, but he would be feckless. The time to do it was with Biden in the next month and a half.
Sure.
But the problem is if he does it, Trump's going to make him pay. Trump also, I read, is going to make Taiwan pay for the stuff. But they also got, do you know that Biden sent him moldy stuff and not working equipment to Taiwan? This man is the most pathetic guy. You know what? The Chinese bribes didn't come moldy. They didn't come outdated. China got the best bribes from Joe Biden and paid. Actually, they paid Joe Biden, but China got the best help from Joe Biden.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, does this also give the green light to Israel to get their weapons they already paid for?
They're going to get all the weapons they need to finish the job once Trump gets in there, and I think they have enough to finish the job with what they need to finish the job the right way in the next month and a half, and just disregard Biden. And that's what they're going to do, I believe, is do what they need to do and disregard Biden. They've already done that, you know that, right? Joe Biden said, "Don't go into Rafah." Kamala said, "I studied the maps. Don't go into Rafah. There's nowhere for them to go." They said, "F you," and they went into Rafah and they killed the leader of Hamas.
Sure.
So they don't listen to them. They said, "Don't go into Lebanon. Don't bomb in the city and the suburbs." They bombed in the city and the suburbs. They killed all the leadership, and they've killed most of the Shura Council, which picks the leadership for Hamas.
Oh, sure.
They've done everything and disregarded these idiots. But now they will go even further because they don't need to worry because these idiots won't be in power in a month and a half. So it doesn't matter what they say. And Joe's not cognizant. Go ahead.
My next was, will this open an investigation between Hunter and Biden of the dealings with Ukraine? Do you think he will?
That's possible. You know what's interesting though is he didn't prosecute Hillary. He wouldn't do that. And so I don't know if he's going to do that. I think what he's going to do instead, this is just guessing, pure guessing, but I think what he's going to do instead is destroy the FBI as it's known. Remember, he had a plan. It's already been written out by people who are that know the FBI and know how to do this. And they literally have already said they're going to put the part of the headquarters. They're going to break down to 3 or 4 headquarters, and each one's going to be put in different parts of the country. There will be no centralized FBI anymore. There will be no brain trust that is out to get Trump, that rigs everything. There'd be no communications with these other ones where it's like, we're going to get him down. You go do this. We're going to get the insurance policy. Smelly Walmart people. Don't worry. We're going to put them in jail. All this garbage. They're going to destroy that. And I think and I pray that they fire almost every. They're going to fire the entire. I pray they're going to fire all the leadership and brain trust at the top, all of it, and make all of them, any of them, reapply and do deep searches on anything. If they have any bias, anything they've ever done for against Trump or other things that are biased, they're going to just throw them out, and they're going to make them reapply, and they're going to deny them based on you can't trust you. You do this. Now they're going to pull all the 51 former intelligence agents that lied. They're all gone. Their security clearances are gone. They will not have security clearances, at least for this administration. They will not for the next 4 years. They won't be able to have any legitimacy on fake news anymore.
Oh, yeah. And that's what should happen. And, I left out one more, Dr. Jill. So
we give great respect to Nurse Jill on this show. And not a Dr. Jill is in charge of administering the COVID vaccine program, and she has personally vaccinated me and my family 5 times this year so far for the booster. Have you gotten your booster shot yet, Ken? We have booster clinics on the Chris Crock Show with Nurse Jill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Joe, you did such a good job. You answered all the questions.
Yeah. If she has a cackle laugh, I haven't heard it, but I'm sure it's coming out.
No, she does. She wore all red yesterday on Election Day. Did you know that? Or 2 days ago. She wore all red. She's MAGA, dude. She's like, You threw out my husband. Screw you. They voted Trump, and you know it.
Sure.
Hunter voted Trump.
Right.
Yeah. All right. But the last question on that is: Do you think he will? Trump will pardon Hunter as an act of magnanimity to bring the country together? I have a guesstimate on that, but I want to hear your thoughts because Kayleigh McEnany, whatever Trump's former press secretary, she just suggested that, but she's like, I don't know if he's going to do it, and I'm just saying that maybe he'll do that. Something I thought about, she said, but not that he would do it. She has no info.
I would say no on that because it'll leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth that voted for him.
I don't think it would. I don't think it's that. I think he's not going to do it because it's not a political case. It's a criminal case. It's not a witch hunt like his stuff was. It's actually a legit criminal case. He didn't pay his taxes. So I think that Trump shouldn't do it. I don't think, I don't rule out the possibility he might, but I don't think so. And Joe Biden, again, they said KJP, the absolute idiot fool, who was asked today by Jackie Heinrich, Fox News. She said, you guys said that if Trump won, it would be a destruction of the country. It would be, martial law, whatever they say, all this, everything would fall apart. Democracy would fall and everybody's rights would be taken away. And yet you now had Biden came out today and said, at his press conference, whatever his speech, Biden came out today and said, we got to come together and have a peaceful transition. What gives? And so KGP said, oh, no, you're twisting my words. Yeah, you're twisting my words. No, you're not. You said everything would fall. The country would fall apart.
Right.
And now you're saying you want a peaceful transfer of power. What gives? These people are a joke, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
But I think he's not going to do it because it's not a political case. It really is a criminal case. And I think they said again that Joe today, KJP, the idiot, Baghdad Bobette, said today that no, he's not going to pardon or commute a sentence. But I don't trust him. How about you?
Okay. No, I don't either. Now, with that pardon word, is he going to pardon all J6? He should.
Trump, yeah, he probably, if I were him, I would do everyone that wasn't violent. I don't want him to, although he might. I don't want him to pardon anybody who was violent. Like, first of all the Proud Boys, wherever they are, whoever they were, those ones that actually were trying to do an insurrection. I forget what they were. Like, there's like 10 of them. Insurrection's a horrible thing, but to say, because it's all a lie. But there was about 20, maybe, I'm going to guess maybe 20 people that literally were going to try to do some serious things. Those people should not be helped in any way. The people that were violent and breaking stuff, I don't care if it's a grandma. If you broke a freaking window, dude, or you vandalized stuff, you should be punished appropriately. Maybe he commutes them, but lets the punishment stand, and that way they still have something on the record. But the rest of them, everything should be commuted and pardoned. Everything, including that nut job guy with the buffalo hat on.
Right. Yeah, and I got one more. Is he going to do the investigation on this Babbitt killing? He should.
He probably will, but I got to be honest with you. Watch the tape over and over again. She disobeyed. You don't run towards a cop and there's a whole bunch of people. I think as much that guy's an idiot, he shouldn't even be a Capitol Police officer. I think he retired. Right. But I think she got herself killed. I really do. But
but I mean,
so I mean, when you have a mob breaking the windows and then they tell you don't come in here, like, cop's got a gun drawn, even though he's an incompetent idiot cop who left his gun fully loaded off the safety off in a bathroom in the Capitol because he's a moron. He's not a cop in my opinion. He's a fake cop. But anyways, he was an idiot. He doesn't deserve to be a cop. Anyways, I think his shoot was righteous because people were charging. They busted through the window and the wall. So it's like, dude, I know you're unarmed, but you don't chase the cop when there's people there. So there was mob action in that one, that corner right there in that stairwell. But I think that she's the only one who was killed that day. Nobody was killed that day except for her. So, yeah. So I think most should be commuted. All right, got to roll. Appreciate your call, though. Always appreciate your call.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. The great Ken from Arlington. Okay, your call coming up next. Plus, Trump becomes the most powerful Republican president in the modern era, according to leftist Axios. And it's true. The mandates are amazing. And with that comes, what are the most important things that you want him to fix? What do you want Trump to do with his greater power, his new greater power than he has ever had, and any president in modern history has ever had? I'll tell you what I want him to do, what I think he should do. What do you think? And what are the most important things he needs to fix? Next on the Chris Crock Show, 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227 on News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. What are the most important things you want Trump to fix? What do you want Trump to do with his greater power than he has ever had? From Axios, they've got a lot of great points, and I'll just read a few of them. Trump vanquished the Bushes, the Clintons, the Bidens, the Obamas, the entire establishment of both parties, backed by a party wholly remade in his image and opposed by the demoralized and defeated Democrats. Well, what I want, in a very quick nutshell, so we can take Leroy's call in Arlington in a moment, plus your call at 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. I want energy totally flowing, which will make low inflation, which I'll explain in detail coming up. I want all the regulations and climate policies to be slashed, which will mean lower costs for businesses and lower inflation. I want every Kamala Joe illegal removed. Today he said he does not care about the cost. In an interview with NBC, he's like, there's no cost is not even a factor in this. We're getting them all out of here. Praise God for that. Give Israel everything it needs to finish off Hamas and Hezbollah. Finish the Houthis in Iran and Iran. tremendous sanctions, let Israel destroy their nuclear, end the Ukraine-Russia war in 1 to 2 weeks, give portions to Russia generous to Ukraine. I'll get more into that. Put the genital cuffs on China, arm and back Taiwan to the hilt, renegotiate with the Taliban, and get Bagram Air Force back. I want Iraq to stay out and keep our bases there to help end ISIS. And if we got to give them money as an incentive, so be it. Leroy Arlington, WBAP, what do you got?
Yeah, listen, hey, I think that of course, I want to see the border secured. But the way to fund that, I feel, is that we should cease all funding for the Ukraine situation, simply because most people know that government, for as long as it's been around, is
corrupt.
One of the most corrupt governments. I mean, major corrupt. And if you think about it, well, how would you feel, or how would most people feel if, like, China all of a sudden said, hey, we want to set up a base in Cozumel? Do you think we'd put up with that? That's what we're asking Russia to put up with the Ukraine.
Right on.
That's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate it. Great call. You made it on great time. Thanks, Leroy. Keep your calls going. It was a very good call. Very short, amazing, succinct. I like the word succinct. Okay, I got a whole bunch more points from this Axios article on what a dramatic, amazing, powerful victory Trump got. What a massive mandate he has. We very likely will control the House by 5 votes, maybe 10 votes, between 3 and 10 votes, roughly, maybe 13. We did win the Senate. I'm going to tell you about an amazing victory in Pennsylvania that you may not have heard about yet. That really is an amazing story coming up next as well. But more details on the victory and more details on the policies I want. And I want to know what you want to be fixed and what policies you want Trump to do, and what do you want him that's most important? What's most important to you for him to fix? Errol and Cameron will be coming up at 3 minutes after the hour, plus your call. 800-288. We have 3 lines open. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. All those details and more coming up at 3 minutes after the hour on News Talk 820 WBAP. And now on FM at 93.3.